Hey, welcome back. Welcome on back, y'all. It's Kyla Coleman, aka Natural Legalista. Welcome to my zone where we break down stories from the headlines with a twist, which is just usually humor and gossip. So today's topic, and I want to say it, but I feel like I'm gonna fumble on it because there's a lot of like W's in it.
Oh,
But it's the webs we weave. I did it on the first take.
Hello.
Dating app disasters. So we're not going to talk about a whole bunch of dating apps. We're just going to talk about one dating app disaster in general. But it's a pretty big disaster. But as you guys know, before I jump into any story, I always give a self-care tip. And while I'm giving a self-care tip, feel free to my guest, Tasha, to jump in and elaborate on this self-care tip if you have any thing to add to it. So my self-care tip for today is to get you some stuff that smells good, a good cologne, a good perfume.
I'm a cologne guy. I have maybe 30 different bottles of cologne.
Ooh, that's good.
I like
And I like the
oils.
expensive stuff too.
Ooh, what's expensive?
$300 and
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talking good. That stuff
Yeah,
lasts.
give me that Paco Rabanne. I forgot the name of it, but it's like $300.
There was this person that I was dating at one point in time, and he liked cologne, and I think I dropped like $350 or $400 on his bottle.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know, but I was like, I'm never doing that for the wrong person again.
Oh.
I will only be buying cologne, however you spell it, cologne.
Yeah.
From my
Yeah, see, I'm a big dude, so we sweat a lot. So sweat is not good. So getting something that's being smelling good is great. So
Yes.
I take pride in buying expensive colognes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not big on the expensive stuff quite yet, but I do a good Bath and Body combination, and I have like a secret, but I don't know if it's good for your skin or not. But I learned it on YouTube. So y'all ready for the secret?
Go ahead, secret.
Okay. So you take a shower, right? Take a good shower. Then when you get out of the shower, you spray yourself before you dry off. You spray yourself with whatever smell good you want to smell good for that day with.
Oh.
Then you let yourself air dry if
Yeah.
you can. If you're a nudist like me, you let yourself air dry. If you can't wait that long, then you pat yourself dry, but not like, big long strokes. Like you literally pat lightly. Then you spray yourself again. And then you put on I'm sorry, you don't spray yourself again. You pat yourself dry, you put a lotion on, and then you spray yourself again. So if you have a lotion that smells like whatever your scent is, then that's good to double up on it. But if not, the lotion will make whatever product stick. So that's my thing. I do that like on date nights, or if I just want to, or if I just want to like smell good before I get ready to go to bed. Like I love that combo.
I like essential oils.
Ooh, and I know that's going to last.
So I like essential oils mixed with like a body butter.
Ooh, come on, body bottle.
Yeah. And I like the tips, the secret,
Okay.
straight out the shower, put your little stuff on, because it seals it in when you put the body butters or the lotions on top.
Oh, the lotion
good
and
all
butter
day.
locks it in.
Locks it in.
And then your pores are already open when you're coming out of
Right.
the bath or the shower. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you feel me on that. And the reason why I wanted your intake is because I know you do a lot with women's wellness and things like that. So I don't want to be giving nobody no tips like that and it clogs up their pores or something like that.
No,
So
I do that.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since you're already here and speaking to us and giving us some good tips, this is Tasha Shennell, y'all. She is a lady of purpose. She teaches self-care, sexual health, and then you also give some really good relationship advice too.
Okay.
You sell toys online. I believe you're still
do
doing
it.
that.
Bedroom candy, yes.
Yes, and for those that are 18 and up, you know what kind of toys we're talking about.
Do you have,
Okay.
you have any roses?
So no, we don't do roses, but we have very comparable products.
Ooh, okay. And so you also will be launching your online collection as well. And on your online collection, it'll have, I'm sorry, you emailed me an elaborate email that told me every single thing that you would have on here.
I can help you
okay.
women's wellness products. So
Yes.
we'll have yoni steam kits, yoni eggs, teas, and all kinds of things for women's wealth and health, women's health and wellness.
That's wealth too down there.
Oh.
That's wealthy.
Health is wealth.
So yeah, and then you're also dropping a journal in December.
Yes,
Tell me a little bit about
so
that.
it's a self-care 21-day, or you can use it as a 21-step self-care journal. It's just kind of being intentional about focus on you, focus on
Yes.
yourself, the whole self, mind, body, spirit. emotional. So it'll have check-ins, check-ins for physical, check-ins for mental, give you tips. Some of the tips will link back to the website, so we'll
Okay.
have a lot of information, so you'll know what we're doing out here.
So it's like interactional, like you.
Very interactive.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I'm. Is interactional a word? Interactive.
It works.
Interactive. But it worked. I understood.
Interactional. Y'all knew what I was talking about. Don't sit up there and try to
mean-
act like y'all.
Exactly. Yeah, we know.
I flow right with it.
Thank you. You did. That's a good friend. That is a good friend. So yeah. Okay. Well, we have a good guest on here to talk about this crazy case. You're gonna help us unpack this. Now, as a disclaimer, well, not a disclaimer, as a little piece into what we're talking about, is the dating app once again. Now, Tasha, you told me something off air about dating apps.
Right. Yeah. I've never used the dating app to get a date ever.
Okay, one, I need to know how you get dates outside of a dating app, and then two, how come you ain't never been on a dating app?
Okay, so there's a lot of reasons. Two big reasons. I've always been in a relationship mostly.
Okay.
But when
That's
I
fair.
haven't been in a relationship, I prefer organic situations, like down to the barbecue.
You be meeting the dudes at the barbecue, like they'll just
I meet them at the funeral, the barbecue.
a funeral date?
What's wrong?
A date at the funeral?
I mean, I ain't gotta go see them at the funeral, but
So, I mean,
You'll
like-
be there.
meet.
So it's like wedding crashers. You just crash funerals.
No.
Let me look
Funeral crashers.
So I have this idea, right, that I want the people I date to have some ties to people I know.
that
so I
makes
don't
sense.
want to just randomly meet people, although I mean it happens, like, but for me it feels easier, better, more organic if I know somebody you know.
And you know what? I think that's a good segue into this story because the people that were on this app didn't know each other. But I think that's also wise advice too. Because, they come from a community, you can put faces to names and stuff. But
It's
okay,
hard to lie when I know your cousin though.
that part. Well, let's go ahead and jump into this story then and unpack it with Miss Tasha. We're going to play the first link. At a funeral, though.
At
a fume.
Don't do that.
A fu-
I mean, he was a nice guy. What's the problem?
He committed the crimes in 2016. Today, 5 years later, the 25-year-old Khalil Weaver Wheeler was inside the Essex County Courthouse to learn his fate. But first, he heard from the victims' families who spoke of their loss. The families of Sarah Butler, Joanne Brown, and Robin West.
My last communication with her was via text and us telling each other that we love each other. And within 2 days, she was no longer in the land of the living.
I ask, Judge, that you show him no mercy, the way he showed the victims no mercy.
Wheeler Weaver has always denied harming these women, saying he was framed by police and prosecutors. But that's hard to take when hearing from Tiffanys Taylor, a fourth victim who escaped his abuse. She heard him speak today, again denying guilt.
Makes me feel like he has no type of remorse about it at all. Like he hasn't even shedded a tear about anything. So he's not sorry at all about what he did. And I'm over 100% sure it was him.
Very sad case. So we kind of jumped in at the end there. That was his sentencing phase, but they didn't give too many details about what actually happened. So I'm going to just go through the facts and you can jump in at any point in time. So this case actually took place in New Jersey and the murders happened in 2016. Basically, we'll just call him Khalil. Khalil was targeting women who were in lower income neighborhoods. Specifically women who he thought was less than human and would not be missed by anybody.
What a piece of trash.
Yeah. He was 20 years old at the time. This is Khalil here. Not a bad looking guy. No. Definitely not somebody who I don't know what a serial killer looks like, but that's not somebody I would think would be one.
I agree.
Okay. He's definitely not white. From what Phil is saying. A lot of people who knew him in the community or knew of him thought he was a pretty calm guy. He actually was a security guard at a grocery store and at a hotel. And he had aspirations of becoming a police officer one day.
Scary.
Yeah, very, very scary. He grew up in a good neighborhood and had family that came from law enforcement. So I'm wondering if that could have been how he targeted people, is because he knew what neighborhoods police officers would respond to and
Well,
wouldn't
yeah, you
respond
heard
to.
what the news said. He targeted women who he thought people wouldn't miss.
Yeah.
I guess my question is, where did that come from? That narrative that he targeted women that were,
That wouldn't be missed.
yeah.
Basically where he found them. So we can talk about that. He had 3 victims that he killed, and then one that was an attempted murder.
Right.
So the first person was it
Was this one?
Robin? No, that's Sarah there.
All right, which one's Robin? Is there?
It's a 2 picture. Robin is on the left-hand side. Robin's wearing a white dress, camouflage hat. And then the person next to her, that is Tiffany Taylor. I'm sorry, Joanne Brown. So basically, Robin, we'll start with her. She was a sex worker. So
Okay,
she
I see
was,
where you're going with it.
she also had mental health issues. And so what he would do is he would link up with people on social media or on an app. And the app that he used, I never heard of it. It's called Tagged.
Never heard of it.
Tagged. I've never heard of that. And I don't know if that was up in 2016 and is no longer around. But basically he linked with her. He knew that she had mental health issues. He knew that she was a sex worker. And on August 31st, 2016, she disappeared. And what happened was she was found burned up in an abandoned building in a house fire.
Here we go. Here's Tagged.
Oh, it's still working?
Wow.
It is still up. So this says the social network for meeting new people.
That don't even sound secure. And what's the difference between that and Facebook?
Right? I don't know. Interesting.
It sounds like it should be a .net.
Yeah.
Site.
Yeah. Something crazy. Now, we did a story before on a person that was set up and killed after a date, but that was Plenty of Fish that website was on.
Unknown.
Yeah. I've never heard of this Tagged. But yeah, so Miss Robin, he burned up the house and she died. They had to use dental records to identify her.
Oh my God, the brutality of that.
Exactly. And he told police that he had gone to eat with her and just dropped her off near where she was eventually found. So they did question people about her, but they didn't know that he was linked to her other than that he took her to dinner. Then Joanne Brown, who was the other person, she was also homeless and suffered from mental health issues.
She's the one on the right?
Yes, the one on the right. She was found in an abandoned house once again. This time was a little different. Her nose and mouth were taped, and her cause of death was determined to be death by strangulation. So I want to let you guys know that these murders occurred in a very short period of time. It was from August through November of 2016. So it was August through December of 2016. So very back to back. And people are saying that if he had never been caught, they believe he would have continued going.
Absolutely.
He's
Yeah.
he's
Demented. Then there was another lady, Tiffany Taylor, who you guys saw in the video. She ultimately testified against him in a trial. So she has actually history with him. She had met him back in 2016 through a friend. She was doing sex work and things of that nature too, low income. And he was soliciting her for sex. And she always said, no, like, I don't want to have sex with you, nothing like that. So he kept begging her. And he was like, why do I always have to beg women to have sex with me? Which I feel like is a red flag if a guy is audibly saying that out
I
loud.
wonder if that was a trigger for him.
I think so.
Sounds like an incel.
A what?
You know what an incel is? You never. Oh, incel stands for involuntary celibate, and they hate women because of it.
Yeah, because
they won't-
you
'cause
acting
they
like
won't
it's
sleep
our
with
problem that we don't want you.
Yes.
Well, it's probably your personality. But that's a
Yeah,
different
because we
story.
can see the red flags on you. So he kept begging Tiffany for sex. She said no. Then eventually, she said yeah. And what Tiffany had been doing was she was getting tired of men using her body for that only. So she would rob them. Instead of having sex with them, she would go upstairs with them wherever they were, take their wallet, and then dip out,
Yeah, that's
which
a
is exactly
tangle,
what she did to him. Yeah. So when she went to meet up with him for sex, she was like, nah, I'm out. So he tracked her down. 6 months later, she was getting phone calls and text messages from a phone number she did not know. And so eventually she was like, all right, I'm going to meet up with whoever this person is. He met up with her, and he had a ski mask on and like winter clothes on. But whatever she said didn't give her any alarm because that was what people were wearing to protect themselves. So then he ended up taking her. She was driving. He took over the wheel, handcuffed her, and basically was gonna kill her. And she was like, "I'm pregnant." He was like, "I know."
Oh,
Wowzers.
So he ended up, she was like, "I'm pregnant. My phone shows the last communication that we had. Police are going to be able to find you. Like, let's just go back to where you left my phone at and we can figure it out from there. I'm not going to tell on you." So she had slipped the cuffs during the ride, but he didn't know. So when she got back to where her cell phone was, she slammed the door shut on him, started yelling, told him she was going to call the police, this, and that, and he left her alone.
Wow.
Yeah, but then that didn't stop him because a few days later, he went out and got another victim, which is Sarah Butler.
that's this one.
Yes. Now, this particular victim was out of the norm. So we know in the past it was sex workers, it was people in low income backgrounds. She was actually home from college. She came from a decent family that had means. Not saying that anybody else didn't, but she was a little out of the ordinary. She agreed to meet him to hang out at first, but then he ultimately solicited her for sex for $500. So she was like, okay. So she told her mom, "Hey, I'm getting ready to go out, meet a friend." She took the family van, and then they found her body on December 1st. So
he was escalating.
Yeah. And so what happened was, in this case, actually, let me back up to Tiffany. After Tiffany went through all of that stuff with slipping the handcuffs and all of that, she went to the police in New Jersey, told them what happened. They didn't believe her. Wow. She went down to the station with handcuffs still on her wrist and told them, like, "Look, this is what's going on." They didn't believe her.
Of course they didn't.
Right. And then they found Sarah, and nobody investigated Sarah until Sarah's sister, like, got on her computer, knew all her passwords, logged into the last app she was in, which was Tagged. And then she created a fake profile because she looked through and saw that her sister had been talking. I guess his name on the app was Little Yacht Rock.
Wow.
Yeah. So she created a fake profile, then took it to the police, and they took it from there.
So as an attorney, right? What do you call it? Gross negligence from the police, because if I was the other girl's family and she got murdered because the police didn't investigate what happened with the other case, I would have sued them, right?
Yeah. To me, that would be a natural thing. Now, I don't know that's more, what do you call it?
Come on,
Civil
you're an attorney.
rights.
You're supposed to know everything about law. Every single aspect about law, you're supposed to know.
That's more civil litigation, like where we're suing the state or suing the government. So it's a really high standard. But in this particular case, I don't see why the family wouldn't do it. Now, I didn't see any research saying that they had done it. Maybe they were waiting until after this guy got sentenced. But I would go ahead and go for it, especially if there was evidence that linked this guy to other homicides and they still allowed the next victim to be taken advantage of.
So how was he? So he was never linked to like the second victim.
He was linked to all of them. So what happened was when they created a fake profile, the police took it over. They agreed to meet with him. So Sarah's body was found December 1st. They did the fake sting operation on December 6th.
Got it.
So he was ready for his next victim. When they searched his house after they arrested him, they found 3 cell phones. And let me see.
3 cell phones.
3 cell
Sounds like me.
phones.
I got like 6.
Oh,
girl's
God.
cell
Are you
phone?
trying to tell us something? Phil?
No, I'm a good guy.
Are you a serial killer?
No.
Okay.
No. But I do like yacht rock though.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. What is a yacht rock?
Old 80s music like Hall & Oates and stuff.
I never would have known that.
Yacht
So his
Rock?
name was Lil Yacht Rock?
Yeah.
Like
So he
on a
really
boat
is
yacht?
crazy. Yeah, he 20 years old, naming stuff after music that was way before his time.
Yeah. That's
And-
interesting.
Yeah, anywho, 3 cell phones. Internet searches is about how to create homemade poisons to kill humans.
Oh, wow.
And what chemicals you would use to put people to sleep immediately.
He doesn't. Incognito mode doesn't cover that, bro.
I guess not. And then also he had practice exam tests pulled up as well. And then the way they were able to link him to the abandoned house where he burned the young lady up was his house pinged from a cell tower that was over there on the tracker. And then they found out later that not only did it ping there, he left and then came back to watch the building burn.
Wow.
Yeah, this man was
What
demented.
Very
sadistic.
demented.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he would have made it to being a police officer and
Oof.
his net would have been that
Even
much
wider. Yeah.
and he would have had the protection.
Right.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
they don't be telling on each other like that. The crazy thing is this last victim, Sarah Butler, right before they met up, she sent them a text and said, "You're not a serial killer, right?"
Oh,
Bless her heart. She knew. I feel like she knew something in her spirit because there ain't no way you gonna just randomly text nobody that.
Man, that's so tragic.
The scary part too is who are well, we know the sex workers probably didn't have checks and balances, right? They didn't have the girlfriend that could say, "Hey, I'm going out on this date. Make sure you have my bag." But Sarah, you know, where your friend at that you sent his information to let them know,
Right?
Because that's what me and my girls do.
Yeah.
We send the information out. We want you to know where we are.
Anytime you go on a date, I remember going on a date one time and a guy was mad because I took a picture of his license plate and sent it to my friend.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
I'm a girl, like I'm a lady.
It's so weird. So I haven't been on a date in 12 years. So I mean, I was 23 when I met my wife. So I mean,
That's so sweet.
it's so yeah. I no date. I went on one POF date, but that
didn't count.
no. But like so the whole dating thing is so weird to me. Like how these people are, man. Like geez Louise.
When I see stuff like this, it definitely makes me second guess because I definitely do online dating. I do Facebook, Bumble.
So let me ask you too, as women, what do you do to vet a suitor? What do you do?
I actually like Facebook dating because Facebook tries to match you with friends of people that you already know. So like on the Facebook dating app, it'll show you y'all have these many friends in common. And so what I will do if it's somebody that I'm interested in, I'll say, hey, you know so-and-so, how do you know him? Da da da.
Okay, that's a good icebreaker. So and Tasha mentioned too, she doesn't like dating
people outside of funerals.
Out of the circle. Yeah, out of the circle. So
There
what,
has
so
to be
what
some
are you?
connection. No, I guess it's the same thing. We need to have some connections, right? Outside of Facebook too, for me, because like I barely know some of my Facebook friends.
That's real. That's real.
But I mean, I like to go places to meet up. Like I don't want to ride in your car necessarily.
Yeah.
I'll meet you there. And I mean, you just pay attention to the red flags. If you're talking about sex early, then I kind of know
What's up?
lane we are in, and I pay attention to that. So
The red flags thing is big on social media right now.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Which is crazy because I haven't seen any red flags about dating like that, like online dating. It's always been red flags about other stuff.
Have you guys ever been on a date where it went bad? Not necessarily like he tried to kill you, but like what is it? Has there ever been an experience where you like, I need to leave? Thank you for your time.
Yeah, but for me, when I left the date, it was after I had already been on several dates with him. He had just done got on my nerves, and I need to leave Red Robin because I wasn't finna sit down no longer.
the burger just wasn't that good.
No, I can make fries at home.
Tasha, what about you?
No, actually, I've never really been on a bad date. Like I said, I've been in mostly in relationships most of my time, but when I haven't been in relationships and went on dates, it's been. I mean, it might be something in the phone conversation later that I didn't like about you, and we ended it.
Yeah,
But most of my dates have been pretty.
Kyle, maybe you need to start going to more funerals.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have
You
to.
can go to weddings. You can go to.
I'm sick of
festivals.
weddings. You hear me? Like, I'm
Festivals.
actually getting ready to go to another one, but I'm sick of them because they be having so many married people there. So I
Yeah,
I
that's
wrote
true.
down a vow to myself that when I get married, I'm gonna invite all of my single friends, girls and guys. I want my dude to invite girls and guys. And when it's the reception time, somebody gonna be getting married from meeting at my wedding because
Okay,
I
I
don't
love
want
it.
people to come. I literally dread going to weddings at this point.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't want anybody to dread coming to mine. I want them to have the hope that they're gonna meet somebody there.
Yeah.
So do people do meetups at the house at each other? Okay, at each other
Online?
at each other's homes anymore?
Netflix and
Yeah.
chill.
No. I mean, like the girlfriends are getting together. We're inviting different people.
Oh, like a kickback type
Like
situation.
a kickback, like a barbecue. Like
Yeah.
that's a nice place to meet people.
I like
It's
that.
around the way. It's people you know are comfortable with. You met them in different, in a setting where they have to be relaxed. You seeing how they move. That's kind of how I love to meet people.
I think that's safe. And I think that's a good, wise way to date.
You hear
And
that, guys?
most of the time, it's gonna have some
And
alcohol
funerals.
there.
Yes, and
So
that
you
can
get
take
to
the
normally see them under the influence
yeah.
because that's important.
Yeah,
It is.
that's a good sign to see how they actually are.
And if they completely different the next day.
Are you the
Right.
same drunk or how are you
I'm
drunk?
really I'm already a friendly person, but I'm real chill. If I get drunk, I'm just gonna be sitting down going to sleep somewhere. But if I'm tipsy, I'm pretty much the same.
I get even more funny.
I can believe it. How about you? I don't like mean drunks.
Same. I like to have a good time. I want to dance. I want to dance and
See,
sing.
I can't.
Oh
dance,
yeah,
but
me
I
too.
will.
I believe I am the best dancer ever when I'm drunk, even though it's not the case.
No, right.
But I will.
Same here.
Because
I
all
will-
those videos said no.
I will TikTok my TikTok dance
Oh
all
man.
day. So did this guy get convicted?
Yeah, so he was charged with murder ×3, of course, aggravated arson, attempted murder, desecration of human remains, sexual assault, and kidnapping. As you guys heard, his defense was that he was framed.
Three times?
In December 2019, he went to trial and was found guilty, and Miss Tiffany testified against him in trial. My thing is, why aren't black women believed? Period. If she went to that police station, she should have been believed. They could have done a test. They could have done a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway,
Is it because she was a sex worker?
it could have been. But I feel like, come on, because if they're being sexually assaulted, that's just as much of a crime as anybody else being sexually assaulted.
Because they probably don't value their lives because they think, oh, you're in this type of profession, you deserve this treatment.
Which is crazy that somebody would ever think that a criminal offense would be brought on somebody just because of the line of work that they're in.
But it's true. I mean, I've seen a lot of episodes of SVU.
Yeah, that's how they treat people.
And it's not just because of their line of work, right? And I'm not saying it's right, but I am saying it's because, number one, they're saying it's illegal, right? And you devalue yourself. So I guess in their mind, they're probably thinking, and I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah, right.
But it's definitely looked at as a very devaluing or no value type of thing. So
That's crazy.
It's a shame.
I think it should be legal. I feel like it's your body. If that's what you want to do and you want to make some change on it,
make a little change.
go on
You
for
mean
it.
so? Like, what kind of level? Like Vegas level legal, or you can get a brothel, or like just completely no holds barred, like how it is now.
I feel like all of that. If you want to be in a brothel and be up under somebody, cool. If you want to just do it on your own, like
I'm
it's your
inclined to agree
body.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish there was protection for it. You know what I'm saying? Like where you not having to encounter people that like this young man that don't value your life and feel like you are not human and he can just take it. But he was sentenced to 160 years in prison.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So he definitely is not coming out anytime soon.
I had a question about that. The sentencing. Obviously, 160 years, he's never going to live that out. So, like, why don't they just say life?
Because a lot of times, and depending on what state you're in, things get overruled after time.
Right.
So if you give them just life, they might come out with a new rule. Oh, well, life sentences are cruel and unusual punishment. So now we're going to make everybody serve 30 years and nothing else. So now you got this person that's getting ready to be released. So if you set an actual date, 160 years, he not getting out unless he serves that 160 years.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Because I was like, who's going to live out that?
And I like the hanger. I like the sound of it too. I want you to know that you never
That's
getting
a
out of
long
here.
time.
Yeah.
So 160 years, did he get certain time for each woman?
I'm not sure. It seems like they stacked it.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like they might have stacked it and run it like consecutive, meaning
That's
that
how it works, right? When you have multiple charges and you're convicted of multiple charges,
if
put
they
the
stack
sentence
it,
on
it's
top?
consecutive. Sometimes they run it concurrent, which means like, let's say you had two charges and both of them had 3 years each. If they're running concurrent, the max you're going to serve is 3 years.
Right.
If they're running consecutive, the max you'll serve is 6 years. So it seems like they stacked it in this case, but I'm not 100% sure, but 160 years.
And what state was this?
This is New Jersey.
Do they not have the death penalty?
I can't remember what Jersey has.
Do you agree with the death penalty? I know
Ooh.
it's not this case, but
I know. I struggle on that one.
Yeah.
For stuff where it's I know that's that person that did
Nope,
it and there's
they
no
don't.
doubt.
Capital punishment
don't?
in New Jersey was abolished in 2007.
So see something like that, like where you might have sentenced somebody to the death penalty and now, okay, it's overturned. So what do you do with a person then?
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's little caveats like that happen in the law so many times.
So I do believe in the death penalty,
Okay.
especially in a case like this where the evidence is completely overwhelming.
yeah.
Completely overwhelming.
Right.
This dude does not deserve to be rehabilitated, if you want to say that. And plus, he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. You're wasting a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
And he
awful.
was escalating too.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what
yeah,
it
he was not
seems
going to
be.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah. So he definitely does not deserve to be around
Yeah.
free people.
For you to burn a body and then leave and then drive back just to make sure that the house burnt
That
down.
is insane.
Yeah. So Tiffany, the young lady that testified, says she doesn't wear makeup anymore. She doesn't have any friends and she's paranoid. She's happy to be alive, but it's a miserable existence.
Yeah, that PTSD. That's severe.
Yeah.
And her life will never be the same. And she'll need to get counseling for life.
For life. Man.
You know what though? She definitely needs to find some type of support group, so support system. And honestly, the makeup isn't what got her, attacked.
Yeah.
It was a demented person. So she needs to elevate her self-esteem at some point. You know what I mean? Elevate her self-worth, and maybe being around other women and choosing to make herself feel good by putting on makeup. That could help.
So I know this is not that particular case, but how can a woman bounce back from something like let's just say a regular breakup, nothing like this happening? How can a woman bounce back from that?
Focus on self. Seriously, I know that sounds very cliche and easy to do, but a lot of times I know, and like I said before, I've been in a lot of relationships, right? I'm always in a relationship, but it takes away from you and figuring out who you are and what you like, and just putting energy into other people is a lot of times how we make ourselves vulnerable to situations that are harmful for us, for narcissistic situations and all of those abusive situations, because we have a smell of desperation sometimes, because we want to cover up that last relationship, that last hurt, not deal with it. We just jump into something else thinking that's going to make us feel better. And it does for a moment until that next relationship falls apart. And I only can say that from experience, right? So, yeah, focus on self. Take care of you. Figure out, what were the lessons for you from that situation, because there's always lessons.
True. That is very true. Phil, do you have any?
You are completely right, though. Focus on self. I mean, my last relationship before my wife, that was tough on me. And I learned a lot about myself that I didn't know. And after the relationship ended is when I went on a completely filled journey. You know what I'm saying? And so I went on a cruise. I went all over the world.
Okay, Phil.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm cool. I'm good. Like, I don't need to feel bad because of this other person made me feel this type of way.
Right.
Yeah, so self-care.
How do you fully get to know somebody before forming a relationship, or how do you get to know them to be comfortable enough to go on a date with them?
What do you mean? Like
how do you, because I feel like you don't never fully know nobody.
Because I think that's what the date is for. To get to know.
But even when you marry, like, I get concerned because I don't even know myself. So if I'm marrying, I know myself, but there are things about me that I'm going to, learn over time. Yeah. Or some things that I might not have known that I liked or didn't like until I actually experience it. So how do you know the other person that I'm scared of that, I won't know the other person.
Well, then if you're doubting yourself like that, then you weren't ready to be married.
Hello.
Come on, Phil.
Maybe not even ready to date. Solidly. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'll say in my situation too, I was young, but we got to marry because we were having a kid. So that was kind of like I need to be there. And so I'll be completely honest. I didn't fully know who Phil was until 2019.
Okay. That's fair.
I went on I learned a lot about myself in 2019, and that's when I'll say my life changed for the better. And when that changed for the better, my family's life got better.
Yes.
Oh, wow. But somebody that was patient enough to let you go through that journey too, I think is big.
So that's exactly what I was going to point out. Our relationship's about a journey, right? So that's what you're looking for in a relationship. Not like, oh, he's so nice. You want somebody who is evolving, who is growing continuously. Because if they're growing, then they will allow you that space to continue to grow. And y'all can grow in a relationship separately and together. Because that's important, because you're not going to change, because you're not going to stay the same. And if you do, you're dying.
Yeah.
So
I can't be with nobody like that.
So that's what you should be looking for. Like those type of red flags. To thine own self be true. Get to know you first. Once you start to really evolve in yourself, then find people who are continuously evolving in them, who have stuff going on in life. Because if not, then you'll get somebody who is stagnant and wants you to be stagnant as well.
And baby, ain't nobody finna do that. We only got one life. I don't want to be stagnant. Well, I really hope for Tiffany's sake in this particular case that she's able to bounce back some kind of way. I'm pretty sure it's always going to be a level of PTSD in this case, but I hope she's able to find a fulfilling relationship. I did want to say she was pregnant at the time that happened. I remember telling you guys that the baby was fine.
Oh, good.
Okay,
She
good.
has 2 beautiful children. She's doing well, but
So
other
she's
than
still
being paranoid.
she's still having sex?
I think this was her second child. Okay. Yeah, no. I would be traumatized after something
Not that
like
she
that.
can't. Not that she can't still have sex, but if she's really dealing with PTSD, you don't want to bring another child into a traumatic situation. You
Yeah.
want to get your mind right first.
Yeah. Whew, my God. Well, we can move on to the big subpoena moment. I'm going to just take a deep breath really quick. Okay. So, Tasha, the big subpoena moment is when I'm talking about stuff that has like really bothered me. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's petty, and today is petty.
Okay.
Okay. So I really hate when people share like something about their personal life online. Let's say a new dude that they talking to, they will post a picture of the dude, but then it'll be a big A emoji over the guy's face. Or they only showing part of him, like you can see his ashy hand or something in the picture, but you can't see the I need to see this guy. I
Right.
need to lay my eyes on him.
They
Well,
like-
you know why, right?
She ugly. I mean, he ugly.
Okay, so one theory is because he's ugly, Phil.
Or he's also in a relationship with somebody else.
Okay, so he's taken.
Yeah.
My thing is, I feel like sometimes people just want attention.
Oh, of
And so
course.
the guy might actually be in a loving relationship with this young lady, or opposite, he could be posting her and putting an emoji over her face, but they just want to let you know I'm in a relationship, but I don't want you to, I want you to be in my business, but I don't want you to be in my business.
Oh yeah, or the people that post stuff like cryptic things, and when someone asks about it, be like, oh, I don't want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
you get mad. Like, I'm finna cuss. What the, like, why are you posting that?
Just keep me in your prayers.
Yeah, but what's the prayer? God. Or, okay, this is one that bothers me. And Tasha, you and I talked a little bit about it off air, is when people have children and we're excited that you're having the children, but you post a picture of their foot or you post a picture of them and you can't see the child face. Don't post a picture of your baby if I can't see your baby.
You know what though? A lot of people are running from people in their real life, right?
Ooh.
so they want people to know what's going on in their life, but not really the people at work.
Oh.
Well,
Well, don't be friends with your work friends.
Okay, then there's that.
Block
Then
them.
there's
Have a
that.
private account. But if I'm on your friends list, let me see your baby.
Because we family now.
Yeah.
Right? No.
So I had brought up to Tasha, okay, so what if something happens to the child and I've only seen the child foot, so I can't identify, who this baby is. The family law attorney in me, just that makes me really upset because I'm like, okay, I want to help you find your baby. Why is your baby being kidnapped right now? I don't know.
And I just need to know whose stroller you're looking in trying to find this baby.
I don't
'Cause, like,
know. I will turn all the strollers over to
Leave
help
these
my
children
family.
alone.
I'm just saying, if you're not ready to show the full person, whether
Full
it's a
life.
baby or your relationship, don't post nothing about it. I'm a unfollow you.
Petty.
Yes, I want to see.
I agree.
You agree?
Don't y'all agree with me just because?
Hey, no, Facebook is you're supposed to share
Face.
things. So if you don't want to share the stuff, don't share it.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll be candid. My son is autistic, right? He's severely autistic. The only people that know about it are the people that I know. I don't post about it on Facebook.
Right.
I just started posting about it like maybe 2 weeks ago because I didn't feel like it was in their place because I didn't need people telling me, oh, have you tried this? Have you
Right.
tried that?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't need that input. My social media is exclusively tailored to what I want people to see about me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
So
And
don't post the foot.
So yeah,
Right.
If I post something, that means I want you to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I just don't post for reactions. I don't do that.
that's real. And I think a lot of people do post for
A lot of people
reactions.
post for reactions.
Me, the people that I've dated before and I've posted a picture of them, I hope this never happens again. I will immediately get an inbox. Oh, he dated so and so, and I'm like, oh, big.
Is that him?
Oh God, not Khalil. My God,
Not
no.
that one.
No, but I was embarrassed about it when it happened, the times that it has happened. But hindsight, looking back, I'm like, I'm grateful that somebody knew that I was associated with this person and that you can tell me your real thoughts and feelings on this particular individual if you thought he was not good for me. And he wasn't good for me, the two people that's happened with. So,
I lean more on the side of less is best.
but see, you wouldn't post teasers though, would you? Or do you? Because I don't think you post
know.
teasers.
I
yeah.
don't post teasers. But some people want to let some people in, but not everybody in. Want to let you. I mean, I guess I'm living good over here, but you don't need to know what living good looks like.
Okay.
It's just weird. I don't know.
It's
There's
like
so many secret haters though. So
yeah, now
they
that's a
follow
true
you,
thing.
They follow you to know these things about you just so they can hate on
That's
you.
true.
Hey haters.
So you want to show them even more.
The best revenge is success. And the what is it? God prepares the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Facebook ain't nothing but a table.
That's a word.
Instagram ain't nothing but a table.
That's a word.
And that's that on that. Anywho, how can the people reach you, Tasha, if they want to get those Yoni Steam packages and all of that good stuff and toys?
So my website for Well Woman is launching here in the next couple months.
Yes.
So in November, you will be able to reach out and start getting your supplies for your mental health, your spiritual health, your emotional health, your physical health. If nothing else, if you can't get the product, you can definitely get some advice and some information. So we'll have Well Woman website coming out soon. And I am Tasha King on Instagram. I heard that was the longest handle.
Yeah, can we put it back up there again? Because it actually took up the full screen.
Oh my gosh.
It took up both the sections of the screen here.
How rude. And I am and just Tasha Chanel on Facebook.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And the people already know how to find me. Kai Life, Kai underscore, just one underscore in my name. Kai underscore LYFE on Instagram or on Facebook is Kyla A. Coleman. I feel like your shoulders just did something. So I don't know if you're trying to square up or not. But if you are, the music gonna take us out.
Dance off.
Thanks for coming, boo.
Oh, thank you for having me.